In Hollywood, some on-screen chemistry sparks like firecrackers, bright, explosive, and impossible to ignore. But when it comes to Margot Robbie and Leonardo DiCaprio, the fireworks never stopped at The Wolf of Wall Street. The world saw two stars ignite on screen, but behind the scenes, something deeper smoldered. Their story, rumored, whispered, speculated upon, was never just about acting. It was about desire cloaked in professionalism, late-night rehearsals drenched in tension, and a hidden connection that Hollywood still pretends didn't happen. When Margot first stepped into Leonardo's orbit, she was the up-and-coming Aussie beauty with fire in her eyes, and he was the king of the silver screen with a legacy of both Oscar-worthy roles and jaw-dropping romances. From the moment they met, their chemistry was electric. Cast as Naomi LaPaglia, Margot was meant to be Leo's temptation in The Wolf of Wall Street, but what no one expected was how real that temptation would feel. Directors and crew whispered about their dynamic, about the way Leo looked at Margot between takes, how her laugh made him linger longer than the script required. Rumors swirled that rehearsals were far more intimate than usual. Behind closed doors, with only a director and a dim spotlight, Leo and Margot dove into their roles with such intensity it blurred the lines between character and actor. Some said they stayed late on set, wrapped in deep conversation, trading secrets, smiles, and something more elusive, glances that spoke volumes. Hollywood insiders began to buzz. Was it all for the role? Or was the role just the excuse? As their fame exploded post-release, the rumors did too. Tabloids couldn't get enough of their undeniable heat. They were spotted at the same parties, always talking just a little closer than necessary, their hands brushing, their eyes locked. Publicists claimed it was nothing, just colleagues, just friends. But fans weren't buying it. Body language experts were brought onto talk shows to analyze their interviews. The conclusion was always the same. Something simmered beneath the surface that it wasn't just chemistry. It was something much rarer, mutual admiration wrapped in attraction. Leo, known for his string of model girlfriends, was suddenly faced with someone who matched him not just in beauty, but in talent, charisma, and mystery. Margot was no damsel. She was bold, witty, and unpredictable. She challenged him in a way few had. And Leo? He brought out a sultry boldness in her that the world couldn't unsee. The industry insiders whispered that their connection might have grown beyond the screen. There were reports of secret getaways, nights in exclusive European resorts where privacy is the currency, and even matching jewelry they never publicly acknowledged. Margot, ever the master of mystique, dodged questions with a playful smirk. Leo, smooth as ever, deflected with charm. But denial never quite put out the fire. Over the years, Margot and Leo continued to circle each other. Award shows, red carpets, and mutual friends kept their worlds entangled. Every reunion sparked another wave of speculation. Were they ever really just friends? The whispers only grew louder as both stars continued to shine brighter. Some said they had a brief, passionate affair, one that was intense but too risky to make public. Others believe it was a slow-burn connection, too private and sacred to ever name. Adding to the intrigue was Margot's rise in Hollywood. From starlet to producer, she began calling the shots, just like Leo. Some say their bond evolved into something deeper than romance. Mutual respect forged in the crucible of Hollywood pressure. But the heat between them? It never fully cooled. Even today, a simple glance exchanged on the red carpet is enough to restart the headlines. Friends close to both stars have hinted that their relationship was always complicated. One described it as a tango of timing and temptation. Another, more bluntly, called it the love story that never made it to the tabloids the way it should have. They were too careful, too professional, too aware of what even a photo could suggest. Yet, they left a trail subtle and sensual, that only the keenest eyes could follow. Fans have compiled lists of coincidences. Interviews where they praise each other with just a little too much sparkle in their eyes. Events where their appearances are perfectly timed. Even cryptic social media posts that seem to reference shared moments. Whether it was coded communication or simply wishful thinking, the mythology of Margot and Leo continues to grow. Hollywood loves a mystery, especially when it involves two of its most magnetic stars. And Margot Robbie and Leonardo DiCaprio gave them a story full of tension, tenderness, and unspoken possibilities. They never confirmed anything. They didn't have to. Their silence became part of the seduction. Years have passed since The Wolf of Wall Street, but whenever they reunite, the air feels charged. They know it. The audience knows it. And maybe that's the beauty of their story. The fact that it remains untold, simmering beneath the surface of interviews and award speeches. In every smile they exchanged and the end, perhaps Margot and Leo's true brilliance lies in how they let the world imagine what could have been. In a town built on illusion, they crafted a masterpiece of mystery. And maybe, just maybe, the truth is better left between them. Because sometimes the most powerful love stories are the ones that never need words, just a look, a moment, and a connection that never fades. And that, dear viewers of Top Facts, is the allure that will keep us all watching, wondering, and whispering about Margot and Leo for years to come.